At face value, Donut County is a goofy physics game with intuitive, satisfying puzzles and real good music. It's kind of like a hole though. The more you play it, the deeper it gets. From the beginning, it's a funny game, but underneath those jokes is an allegory about accountability and apologizing. Quick, lighthearted, and relevant, this game is the perfect fit for one of those end of summer afternoons. In this game, you play as a raccoon named BK who recently moved into town and works at a donut shop with his good friend Mira. BK doesn't actually sell donuts though, he just got games on his phone. Specifically a game that summons up real expanding holes that are hungry for trash. Which wouldn't be too bad if he wasn't a raccoon and think that literally everything is trash, but he is, and chaos ensues. The main gameplay shtick is wandering around as a hole and gobbling up residents' homes, going from the smallest blade of grass to the entire town. It seems a bit grim, but don't worry. You don't really notice the impact of your actions until much later, and neither does BK. It's just a little phone app he's using anyways. How could anything shitty he does on that affect real people's lives? It is a real quirky premise, but Donut County wholly commits to it and delivers an experience I really dig. It always feels fluid and compelling. A lot of that is due to the intuitive mechanics and relaxing, uncomplicated puzzles it features. The different places you wreak havoc in are so varied and colorful, both musically and visually, that it makes it a treat to dive into each area for a few minutes, figure out that solution, swallow that boy up, and then move on to the next one. It's Vor time, baby. The wackiness also never stops upstaging itself, and BK eventually ends up using catapults, launching illegal fireworks, and even coaxing some large frogs to help him along his trash journey. There are so many elements that keep hyper-elevating the stakes during the game, but throughout all that mayhem, I never felt swamped with information or overstimulated. Donut County maintains a steady pace and holds a thoughtful structure that grants players a nice place to have a goofy, tangential time without making too big of a mess on that screen. They also nail the dialogue so well, a feat that not many games have achieved without sounding like a 47-year-old man trying to fit in with the teens. The opening scene has BK and Mira texting each other about work. It almost perfectly replicates the jokey, jaded, millennial post-ironic Twitter dialect that people are using right now. Reclaiming the capitalized LOLs and emoji usage, this game gets how people talk to other people online and in person. It just feels real, and makes it an amazing vessel to deliver the characters' personalities and intentions without sounding ham-fisted or out of touch. They also got a little Trashopedia with little bios of all the things you've consumed, and it's the only thing I've ever read that was very obviously written by a raccoon. It is very good, and we need more raccoon writers out there. By the end of Donut County's opening scene, you can tell that BK loves games and hates responsibilities. We all know a BK, am I right, folks? His focus is so tunnel-visioned on gaining points and leveling himself up that he neglects his friends and fellow residents, endangering them for the sake of an endgame remote control quadcopter prize. It escalates in a way that can only be described as gaming hubris. The more points BK got, the more damage he dealt to the town, and the worse I felt about progressing. I've honestly never had a game push me to a state where I cared less about gaining points and more about the things I was doing to get those points. BK's arrogant obsession makes him inconsiderate and interesting. He's sort of an asshole, but he's still fun to play as. Later on, BK eventually realizes that his actions have consequences, and he apologizes. But not everyone accepts it, and honestly, they don't have to. One character flat out rejects it, saying that what happened was real messed up, and it would take some actual time and effort on BK's end to earn the character's trust back. This isn't dwelled upon too much, but it hit me hard because it reminded me about recent call-out posts and celebrity scandals, where people are just so garbage at apologizing, yet they think they deserve to be instantly absolved of all of their wrongdoings just because they apologize. That's not how that shit works. Thinking about that while I was completing simple puzzles caused me to take a step back, and realize this game actually has a lot more to it than a cool hole mechanic. Donut County is a rabbit hole of laughs and liability. It's a game that manages to fit so much into a small, charismatic package bursting with personality. I love that it can be interpreted in so many different ways. Modern urban development, issues of gentrification, how people need to step away from games and check on how their friends are doing, or even commentary on how many people online have no sense of responsibility to the words they say. It somehow does all of that while still offering such a calming, funny, feel-good experience. It is wild how a little indie game like Donut County is jam-packed with so many aspects. But I guess that's what makes it so special. Like a little nice jelly-filled donut or something. I don't fucking know. Yo, if you like this review, make sure to smash that MF like button, subscribe, and check out the other things we do at Play Underground. It's just me and my friends having fun talking about games and stuff, so check us out. We're real fun, I promise you. Anyways, I gotta go skedaddle. I'm late for a whole... I was gonna make a whole joke, I don't have it. Later gamers, bye.